everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna, and this is For Pause in a Book. I make book and lifestyle related content, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Today we are going to be doing a book haul and talking about my TBR Tackle. Okay, so I have good news, and I have not good news, depending on what kind of a person you are and how much you want me to succeed or fail. I don't know. Let's discuss. I unhauled 17 books that were originally on my TBR. They're posted on Pango, maybe, potentially still. So my number of 259 that I had on my last book haul has dropped down to 242. That's how math works, right? Yes. On top of that, I read these 7 books that were physically on my TBR starting on April 1st. I read these all in the month of April. These all count. So now we're down to 235. Just to start, start the month off with. Start this book haul off with. Which is great. But then I hauled 25 books. Not all of them are going to count because some of them are physical books that that I've read in other formats and wanted a physical copy of, stuff like that. So not all of them will count, but a lot of them will. A lot of them will, so let's talk about it, okay? Let's start with Book of the Month. I only got 2 books in April. I wasn't super impressed with April's choices, but there was one on there that I wanted to support. We'll talk about it in a minute. And then I got a backlist book. The one that I got for April was True Biz by Sarah Novick. I haven't read anything by Sarah Novick before, but this is Own Voices in the fact that this is about a school for the deaf, and this author is deaf. So I really wanted to be able to support that. I love the fact that Book of the Month is picking books from disabled authors, just other people that are not cis white. Neurotypical, whatever. I wanted to support that. So I picked this one out. I haven't picked it up yet. I haven't started reading it yet. But it does sound really interesting. It's definitely more of a literary fiction, which is not necessarily my cup of tea. But again, I think that it's going to be a really interesting story. And then I got a backlist book, which was Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. This is a feminist Arthurian retelling, and I really love Arthurian retellings. And I needed this for one of my TBR, one of my year-long projects that I want to do. This was an option, and so I picked it up. Plus the cover, stunning. That's my book of the month. I'll leave my referral code down below, where you can, I think it's you get a free book and I get a free book, something like that, or you get a box for $5, something like that. I can't remember what the current promotion is right now. I'm not an affiliate for them. It's just one of those things that if you get if you use my referral code, then I also get a book, which is always fun. Not that I need anymore, but while April's was not good, May's was so good, I almost considered getting a second box, and I could have filled up an entire other box. So I'll definitely be going back and in future months and getting other books from this month. Okay, so these 2 books bring my number up to 237. Let's talk about my thrift store and my little free library. I'll link those up above. I did a little vlog where I went thrift shopping, and then I did another one where I went on a bunch of little free libraries. So they're kind of all intermingled together because I'm pretty sure I did it in the same weekend when I was filming, so they just all went on the cart together. So we have The Other Man, and this is a queer Indian romance. So this book is about a man who is about to be married to a woman, but then he meets this American businessman on a trip, a business trip to India, and he starts having feelings for this guy. Seems really cute. I have not heard anybody talk about it. This is actually an ARC copy that I found in the little free library. So I don't know who's getting the queer books here in Utah, but we need to be friends. I picked up Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I haven't read any Morgan Matsons before, but the covers are just always really adorable, and they make me want to read it, and then I don't. So I maybe I need to do a vlog about that or something, because I'm pretty sure I own 3 of her books. I picked up The One and Only Bob by Catherine Applegate. This is the sequel to The One and Only Ivan, and this is the story about the dog. And this is a really cute story, like an adorable middle grade fantasy-ish. I mean, it's talking animals, so I guess it's fantasy. I picked up The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. This is a historical fiction that takes place around World War I believe, if I remember correctly. Spanish flu outbreak of 1919. The cover just looks so pretty. I don't know when I'm going to read this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Again, could be a vlog. Who knows? But it was like in pristine condition at the Little Free Library, so I couldn't say no. Okay, I haven't been counting, but that brings us up to 241. I picked up a paperback copy of The Burning God at a Little Free Library. This is by R.F. Kuang. This is the third book in the Poppy War trilogy. I have the other two in hardback, but I love the paperback versions of it. I just like I haven't brought myself to purchase them. I also like the hardcovers. This is one of those series that I would probably consider owning multiple. But I read this on ebook when it was an ARC and never got a physical copy of it. So this doesn't count on my number because I've already read the book. But I just wanted a physical copy of it. Okay, I picked up this YA paranormal book called Ruined by Paula Morris. This is one that I'm kind of thinking about doing for a vlog. But it's New Orleans, creepy old house, tarot cards. Seems spooky. I'm in. That makes 242. Then we have These Hidden Things by Heather Gutenkopf. I read The Overnight Guest by her in March, I think, and really, really liked it. So then when I found this at the thrift store, it like stood out to me. I wanted to read some of the author's backlist, so I picked this up. I'm not sure what this is about. I think this is about a woman who goes to prison for a crime. I don't know that she did it or not. Her former friends exult in her downfall. Her sister faces whispered rumors every day. She loses her reputation as the golden girl, but then Allison is released to a halfway house and is more determined than ever to speak with her estranged sister. Allison Glenn tried to hide what happened that night and failed. The consequence, a prison sentence. Now she's free, but secrets have a way of keeping you locked up. If this is done similarly to the way that The Overnight Guest was done, the plot reveals are so slow and they just kind of unfold so naturally that I think that this could be an amazing book too. Okay, that's 243. Okay, then we have Pet by Akweke Emeze. This, I think, is a middle grade, like, dystopian science fiction. I don't know much about it, but I do know that Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany has talked about this book quite a bit. So when I saw it at the thrift store, I had to pick it up. Let's talk about books that I have for projects. I have 3 projects going right now, like long form videos. And so I'm going to just show you all of the books that I have for these, and that you get to decide what they are. But, you know, you could put your guesses down below, but if you do know, because some of you know, please don't spoil it. We have There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. I've actually already read this, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I really loved it, so it's not counting for me. But I also bought, not for the project, but just because I really liked it, I bought the second one, There Is No Devil, also obviously by Sophie Lark. They look really cool together. They look amazing. Love that. This one, like I said, I already read. I really liked it, but this one is counting, so we're up to 244. We have The 57 Bus by Dashka Slater. This is a young adult nonfiction about a bus and 2 people on a bus. And 8 minutes later, one person is severely burned and one person is facing hate crimes. Don't know anything else about it, but it's for a video project. Then we have The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. This is like a modern classic, but I had never read it, weirdly enough. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know anything about this book. But again, video project. I have Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This is a young adult kind of whimsical fantasy about this hotel that kind of pops up in the middle of the night, and I think it's a portal fantasy. Pretty sure it is. It is a new release. The cover is stunning. The naked cover, just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, should be lots of fun. I did buy this in the hopes of reading it for Realmathon, and I didn't quite get to it. However, I do have a project for this. Then we have Birds of California by Katie Cotugno. This, I think, is her adult debut. She's done mostly YA stuff. And this is about a movie star, like a girl who was a movie star or a TV star as a child. And the tabloids have called her self-destructive as an adult. She has no privacy. And so then she somehow like meets back up with the person that played her older brother when she was a child, like with the actor. And I'm not sure if it's a romance or if it's just like a contemporary type story about friendship or something like that. Not really sure. But this is Barnes & Noble's like monthly pick for their fiction for this month. And again, I have a project for it. Not like a part 2 of Barnes & Noble. Just if you were going to try to do that one. And then lastly, I have The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. This is dark academia, magic, magicians, that kind of thing. I'm really, really trying to stay away from as many spoilers for this book as I can. Basically, it's a secret society where there are 5 spots and 6 people, so they have to compete for that position or something. Okay, that brings us up to 250, and I still have a couple more piles here. So the rest of them don't really have a rhyme or reason. I have essentially a Pango Books pile and a books I bought full price pile, or like bought at Barnes & Noble or Amazon. I have Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This is a sci-fi horror about a ghost ship and a salvage crew. I'm really excited about this one. I have heard some mixed things about it, but it seems like it could be right up my alley. I have The Black Coast by Mike Brooks. This is definitely a Cassidy buy. This is one of her favorite books, I think. I don't know. She tends to like really push it in the Discord groups that she's in or that I'm in with her. And so I thought I would pick it up. Also, Derek has really started picking up fantasy books again, specifically ones with dragons. And this kind of has like almost like a Viking element to it. And so I think that he will really like this. So if we can read it together or, back to back or whatever and talk about it, I don't know, maybe I'll get him back on the channel. And then I got a couple of books on Barnes & Noble's buy one, get one half off tables. So we have The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper. This is actually a historical fiction, believe it or not, about a woman who was the beloved daughter of a Greek doctor, but then her father's death plunged her mother into destitution. So she ends up becoming a prostitute in Pompeii, which seems exciting. And then we also have The Shadow in the Glass by J.J.A. Harwood. And this is like a gothic twist on Cinderella. Okay, and then we have The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. This is another epic high fantasy. Bethany's really been talking about this one. Apparently there's footnotes that are like really snarky and sassy. And I think this is a quartet. And also very floppy paperback. We love to see that. So I've really been like trying to get more into the like epic type fantasy after reading City of Brass and like really, really enjoying it. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do adult high fantasy. So I've been trying to just pick up all of the recommendations. We'll see what happens. Okay, and then the last 3 are books that I have read before. So we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This is, yes, my 3rd copy of it. Please don't say anything. I have been looking for this specific cover for a really, really long time, and I found it on Pango Books super, super cheap. So, I picked it up. And then I found a graphic novel, Always Human by R.A. North. This is a sapphic sci-fi, like with aliens. The art style is just beautiful. And it's like this cute little sapphic romance about these, they're not AIs, they're not aliens, but they can like genetically alter themselves so that they are perceived the way that they want to be perceived. And then this one girl does not use any modifiers, and she's like kind of this enigma. I read it on like the webtoons several years ago, and so then I found a copy of it on Pango Books. Decided to pick it up. And then lastly, I found a copy of A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Harrow. I never want to pay full price, like book price for novellas. Like this is like $18 if you bought it brand new. And I don't want to do that. So I always just try to look for them on Pango. And I finally found one. So anyways, those are all the books that I hauled this month. My number is 255. So we love that. So yeah, that's all I've got. Technically, this number is lower than the number that I had last month, which is fantastic. Not as low as I wanted it, but that's okay. Let me know if you are excited to see any of these books read, or if you liked any of the ideas for a vlog. I don't know. Or if you have any ideas that you think I'm doing with those secret project books. Let me know down below. And if you're not feeling chatty, you can just put a stack of books emoji, because I have tons of stacks around me right now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video. And all of the other links to my social media will be in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.